Hello! My brain is all over the place again today, so expect me to make some horrible decisions. And timing, for that matter. Also, my throat has become Death Destroyer of Worlds. So, we'll see what we can do. But I'm gonna record today because recording and babbling like an idiot makes me happy. Hooray! Mostly the babbling like an idiot part, probably. So, last video, I asked you guys what you wanted me to do. And this time, unlike before, you were all over the place. So, with Devil, Wheel, Hanged Man, Temperance, we got most of them. I think the only ones we're missing are Tower and Star. But a couple people said Devil, so we're gonna start with Devil. And then I guess we can do at least a few of the other ones. Maybe do one or two of the other ones, however many it takes to unlock the rest of these. Although having said that, it has a... No. Yeah, no, it will do that. Never mind. Ignore me, I'm being an idiot. What else is new? We'll do Devil, and then we'll do one or two of the others that you guys picked until it unlocks stuff. But yeah, let's do Devil, see how it goes. We don't have a companion. 4 lives hang in the balance as a mysterious stranger offers help. So chance cards, I'm really bad at chance cards, and Empire, I'm okay at Empire. So we'll do this. Don't know what our companion is. Let's look at our cards that we got. So food, max life, curious. And the hammer is good against Empire, so that'll be good to start with. And the armor, of course. I don't think we have anything else that would actually be useful. Map reveal maybe, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. What about our equipment? Miscellaneous things. Weekend block. Oh, we don't know what those do. Right. So we'll have a platinum weapon that we don't know about, potentially in this run. Man-eating tree, we don't get much of a deck. This is curious. I also have no way to help myself with the chance cards, which means I'm probably going to screw everything up because I'm really bad at them.
You are more than mere pawns in this story. They have their own goals and their own needs. Yet their stories have ended, or they would be here by your side, would they not?
He's got a point. He's got an ominous point. You arrive at a tavern one evening, anxious to settle beside a roaring fire with your companions. As you enter, however, you are surprised to find no familiar faces. After a meal and several hours of waiting alone, a priest rushes in. Your friend Erdney lies stricken at our temple. You arrive at the temple to find Erdney. Ariadne, lying on a simple bed, attended to by a church official. He explains that he has been stricken with dark magic. It is slowly draining her life. Mine too.
See what the smith can achieve.
I may actually be dying, I don't know. Apologies, I may make random noises later. May already be making noises, I don't know. Somehow this malady resists our attempts at curing, the official says. It's as if her very soul were poisoned. I'm sorry, her time is limited. I don't know why I said it like that. The official leaves, shaking his head. It is not my place to say, the young cleric whispers, but perhaps there are more other places you may seek help. In my work helping northerner refugees, I have heard tales of their high priestess, a mystic of sorts, who moves freely between the realm of men and the world beyond. If anyone could help your friend, it would be her. You know that the northerner priestess will not see you unless you possess enough blessings, but you have few options. With the young cleric's help, you steady Erdney for transport and leave the temple. Oh, we're gonna immediately get to the high priestess? This isn't gonna work at all. She's gonna be real unhappy.
Here's a token for you, if you can earn it.
Looking to avoid trouble with a gang of thieves? We've seen this card before. An enormous spider hangs among the dusty rafters with a person. And a bunch of equipment, holy crap. 4 equipment cards with faction traits. You climb into the thing. Huge
I'm not
failure.
a vain man. You must appreciate that this game, has been my focus for more years than I can count.
Yeah.
I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
So what do we actually want from this? Maybe the helmet, because it has weakened guard, or money, one of the two. We have a decent chunk to start. Go for the helmet. We got it. Easy. I think this is the one with weakened guard.
Let's see what you do with that, given your position.
Hold on, what? You cut down the remains of the hapless victim. The boots melt away before your eyes under the strength of the spider's caustic saliva. Armor defense reduced from 10 to 1. Oh. Okay, so... I'm still tempted to equip it because weakened block will be useful against Empire, so... We'll go ahead and equip it, even though it's covered in spider saliva and death. Determined the frontier barb to be damaged, but still usable. And we got the token.
Done.
Hooray!
Given times are so dark, you are lucky to have allies willing to assist.
You were walking past a black, plain-looking carriage when the door suddenly opens and a huge pair of hands lift you inside. Carriage leaps forward as the doors shut and you find yourself sprawled on a seat opposite a huge, powerfully built but unusually ugly man. Lord Apollyon requests your presence, the half-ogre declares. The creature is silent the rest of the journey until you arrive at an impressive manor house. Exit the carriage and are brought into a large hall for an audience with Lord Apollyon. Ah, the great adventurer himself, Apollyon begins, smiling broadly and stepping forward to greet you. He bows slightly. Greet him graciously? I have heard of your exploits. I too am but a servant of the Empire and its people. I'd like to offer my services if you ever have need of them. I don't presume to wield a sword or dodge claw trolls, well as you, of course. But I too try to support good people with supplies and such, especially heroic figures such as yourself. Apollyon invites you to stay and entertain him with stories of your adventures so far. He seems captivated by every word, and several hours pass quickly. You lead an incredible life. I hope you return again soon with more enchanting tales. Apollyon takes an item from many adorning the walls, saying, Please accept this paltry gift. Perhaps it'll help you rescue your friend. Oh, that was fast.
I would have thought you'd find few cowards on the battlefield.
So, perform a flurry of 12 hits, causing a short stun. Each thief defeated in combat increases weapon damage by 1. Wow. Wow. It doesn't do any good for us. For 1, we can't equip it forever. But 2, we're not fighting thieves. But still, that's a really good weapon. Allow my coachman to take you back, and please come visit again anytime. Okay. Oh, he's over there. Do I want to go visit him? I mean, I presume we have to. We don't have any blessings, and we need 4 blessings.
You have to wonder why anyone would help you. At
Wow.
least my motives are clear.
Wow, this guy. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. How goes your quest to save Erdney? Lord Apollyon asks. Explain that you lack the blessings. Perhaps I could be of some assistance? I must confess that I have a weakness for games of chance. Apollyon leads you to a table in another room. A set of cards is already set out upon it. If you win, then I will provide the blessings you require. Apollyon nods as he adds, Yes, I have the means. You'd be surprised what magical trinkets end up in my possession, part of my work. If I win, then you must pose with me for my next portrait. It will be titled Champions of the Empire. Perhaps I shall have a statue of us made as well. He gestures for you to sit. I'll even stack the deck in your favor. After all, I enjoy the excitement of the game and care little for actually winning. Okay? I'm sure you'll do well, Apollyon smiles. I did it! Well done, Apollyon claps in appreciation. I think you've played this game before. He gestures to a darkly robed man who you failed to notice standing in the shadowed corner. The man comes to stand before you, his deep voice slowly intoning words in a foreign tongue. My associate is a follower of an ancient religion that you may not be familiar with, but rest assured that his devotion is second to none. Ominous. As you sit through the lengthy ritual, you feel yourself drifting. Oh wait, that was the wrong voice, wasn't it? Whatever. As you sit through the lengthy ritual, you will feel yourself drifting in and out of consciousness, whether from the droning voice or the potent incense being burned, you cannot say. Ooh, retry any chance card. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so we just immediately got 4. Fair enough. You suddenly awake, Pauline watching you with mild amusement from across the table. I expect you'll want to begin your journey to the High Priestess immediately. I sincerely hope your friend makes a full recovery. Okay. Oh, it's the trading house. I could trade something at the trading house. Trade equipment for food, perhaps? Let's do that. Let's get rid of, trade 1 piece, 2 food gain. Let's get rid of, no, actually, trade 2. Yeah. Let's get rid of the Coward's Bane and the Battered Helm, because we're not going to use those weapons. And I believe the Frontier Barbet will be more useful to us. I know trading 2 items at once instead of 1 twice is less efficient, but you can't trade 1 twice, I don't think, so... We also just got 15 food out of one of the cards. So that's a lot of food and we're good forever. Oh wait, we can do it twice. Oh, me in the butt. In the butt. Anyway, we're leaving. Just leave me alone. It's okay.
In the darkness, but which devil will you focus on?
As you pass near a darkened alleyway one evening, a blackened and misshapen hand grasps you, pulling you close to the darkness. You stand at the precipice of ruin. The Dark Lord has taken an interest in your destiny and even now is engineering your downfall. That's how he talks, by the way. The hunched creature pulls you with surprising strength further into the shadows. But I can help. There is magic that can help you beat him at his own game. We can craft it, you and I. Doing so may test your spirit, but that's better than eternal darkness, eh? He looks at you, his yellow eyes glowing faintly. Do not fall into despair. We will meet again soon. Okay.
You must ponder the ties that begin to bind.
You cross the northern border.
Is slowly laid for you.
And prepare yourself for the long journey up Mount Freitas. You're surprised, however, to find a band of northern warriors waiting for you. The High Priestess is expecting you, the leader of the band declares. Okay. With their guidance and protection, you quickly find yourself once more in the ritual house of Esmeranthia. I know why you have come, the giantess begins, moving to inspect Erdney. She quickly sneers, saying, It is no wonder your holy people cannot heal her. This is no minor curse or spell from a magician. A beast of the underworld has tainted your friend's spirit, and without my help, she will die. Esmeranthia pauses to consider you, her gaze boring into your soul. I think your fate will be one day to destroy... Wait. I think your fate will be to one day destroy the one who brings ruin to my people. Until then, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, yes? The Queen of Frost sends you to another room as she prepares a ritual. Many hours later, you are summoned again. You find the Queen standing over Erdney, who, apart from being famished, appears fully recovered. Leave when you are ready, Esmeranthia declares, turning to leave. But heed my warning, hero. A shadow hangs over your soul. Stray but a little and you will fall, to the ruin of us all. Oh man, it rhymes. Oh, we got the blacksmith with us. Maybe I could have upgraded the helmet. Clap. Malaclips told me he was going to the village of Rumstock to investigate a rumor of a magical artifact, Erdney explains. I forgot her name if you're curious why I didn't know who it was. I was to meet him there some days ago. Okay.
I cannot understand how you come to be here now, given the challenges that have stood before you.
As you journey towards Rumstock, you are disquieted by an increasing number of rumors concerning the village. Seems that every traveler coming from that direction has heard of terrible ritualistic murders being performed in the woods nearby. The rumors also suggest the mage responsible has been captured. Disguised himself as a bard, one fellow declares. I saw him with my own eyes, and he has the look of a killer. Don't worry, continues the man. There'll be justice served for those poor souls when that necromancer burns at the stake. Well, we know who it is, considering Malaclips was just mentioned, but we're going to explore real quick.
The ceremonies of death are often all that is left to the living, especially in times of war and chaos.
The town of Hull has been hit hard with an outbreak of corruption. The dead are piling in the streets, the Empire captain says, rubbing her tired eyes. I will pay good money for any bodies you gather this day. It's a woman's voice, apparently. You are given temporary custody of a horse and a cart. Bells of bereavement have been braided into the horse's mane. You lead the carriage to the northern streets of Hull, ringing your bell and calling for dead. 16. We can reroll, but...
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Come on, man. No, we tried. Mourners help load their departed kin into the cart. A few sad bodies are left on the street alone. So collected 13, lead the carriage to the south of Hull, calling for the dead. He's 16 again. What happens when we get 16? If we do this, we have to roll a 6, correct? No, that gives us a 14. It would have to be 2 5s. Oh no! God damn it. Well, we may as well try. We got a 4, whatever. I meant to reroll more than that one, but I hit the wrong button. Most in town look away when they hear the clanking bells approach. Having completed your circuit, you return to the Empire Captain for your reward. So we get 25 gold. But no token because we failed both of the dice rolls. That's a general store. We have a ton of gold, so we could buy something probably. Oh, it's this guy again. You are camped on the side of the road one moonless night when a pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears beyond the light of the campfire. You've glimpsed your doom, I take it. The curse is in the cards, you know. He limps from the shadows to sit next to you. Although somehow the fire fails to illuminate his form at all. The spell that will be your salvation requires several unique ingredients, the cloaked figure explains. The first task will be to harvest the horn of a diabolic creature. I know of one that will be easy to overcome, he says, producing a silver whistle from his cloak. Strike quickly though, he pauses to add, or it may escape and you'll spend countless lifetimes regretting it. The whistle releases a sharp note. The fiery portal appears between the two of you. A short horned creature steps out as the portal closes again. Hey, Theopolis, you called? The devil asks, looking up at him. The child-sized creature seems oblivious to your presence. Ask it for its horn. So, at this point, I have no idea what the win condition for the gold token is going to be. I assume it has something to do with this. Should I strike the creature? I feel like this is bad. Should I ask it for its horn? Surely it will flee and I will regret it for lifetimes. But do I trust this this mysterious gray traveler? I'm probably going to regret this. But what happens if we do ask it? Let's do it. Ah, what? You want my horn? The little devil exclaims, looking around. You brought me here so this mortal could harvest my horn? I thought you were my friend. Attempt to talk to the little devil. Oh, well, there it goes. Oh, well. The little devil disappears in a puff of smoke and ash. Theopolis shakes his head with a sigh. You've cost me, mortal, but any punishment I inflict would be nothing compared to your fate now. He clicks his fingers and you suddenly wake up, alone by the side of the road. Ominous. Let's see what equipment they have. Harvest blade. So this gives us basically unlimited food. We can't use it at its most of our gold, but it would allow us to have essentially unlimited food forever. Because we get one food every time we killed someone with the special attack, which should happen fairly frequently. Though we haven't been fighting much. We'll buy it and then equip it as we can.
Power is ultimately the measure of any empire. This is a symbol of that power.
Oh hey, it's him again. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another of your friends is in peril, Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Malaclip's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says, shaking his head. You have a plan to save Malaclips? Lord Apollyon asks. You explain that you have not yet visited the village of Rumstock to assess the situation. I will take transport, I guess? My butler will show you to the stables, Apollyon says, summoning him with a small bell. Take Bluetail, she's the fastest. Lord Apollyon's stables turn out to house an extensive array of animals. You're helped into Bluetail's back, and the griffin rises into the air. Oh, I thought it was going to be a horse, but okay.
So the noose begins to tighten, and we question the very stakes.
May as well approach. A wooden stake with a brushwood piled around it stands in the village center. A few peasants stand around, talking eagerly about the impending doom of this so-called necromancer. You track down the town mayor who, despite your pleas, refuses to consider sparing the mage's life. The creature is bound head to toe in blessed iron, and he'll stay that way until burning under a full moon. Good, decent folk from this town have been murdered. I will see to it that they receive justice. You plead Malaclip's innocence. And who are you that we should listen? The mayor exclaims. It will take more than the word of a nameless mercenary to free this creature of darkness. Ah, okay. So we must go back to Lord Apollyon here and talk to him. We cannot convince the village to release him. Those dreadful peasants in the provinces can be savage folk, Apollyon declares. But I have a solution, if you will but play the cards once more. If you win, then I will use my considerable influence to spread word of your great deeds in service to the people. Bards will sing your praises across the empire. A rabble of nothing more than a hero, a real defender of people, Apollyon explains dryly. If it helps, I'll even have my personal herald accompany you. This dude is suspicious. Your needs are more particular in this case, so I must insist that you up your ante. If I win, you must stay and entertain my guests with tales of your adventures. Which presumably means Malaclips will die, but hey. That's the spirit, Apollyon exclaims with a laugh. What does she do? I mean, I may as well use her. Choose a card to duplicate. Okay, we may as well duplicate a success. Well, this is success, I believe. It is indeed. Another win, Apollyon exclaims. You're adept at both combat and the finer arts. I shall make plans with my associates tonight to support your cause, Apollyon declares. By the time you reach Rumstock, your name will be legend.
Now the power is yours to use.
Exactly the same. Curious actually. Maybe I shouldn't have purchased this. I should have looked at what I had, to be honest, but we'll keep it if we have a food issue, which I doubt, but I don't think I'm going to equip it yet because ignore defense is very, very good. We won't equip it yet. We did get 36 fame, though, so, you know. Make our way back to town. Hello. As you approach, a woman tending her garden spots you. She sends her child to fetch the mayor, and minutes later, a throng of other villagers approach, led by a balding man. Look, someone calls out. The hero of the empire is in our village. You're here for the demon, of course, the mayor says as he approaches. You must have heard that we captured it ourselves. The peasants all cheer. Don't worry, the mayor continues. We intend to burn it during the full moon. You ask the mayor to take you to Malaclips, who you find sitting in a small cell bound in silver chains set with glowing ruins. With some effort, you manage to convince the mayor to release him into your custody for proper disposal. I'm sure you know best when it comes to creatures of the underworld, the mayor says, but we have the fire planned, and everybody is coming. Perhaps you could stay, just until the full moon, he asks hopefully, as you lead Malaclips away. At the edge of the village, the mayor reluctantly removes Malaclips' chains and stands well back as you leave. Thanks, Malaclips says. Those country folk weren't kidding around. I don't remember the voice I gave him. I don't remember any of the voices I give anyone. He goes on to relate how he was set upon as he entered the village, being accused for some local murders involving magic. It sure seemed that they knew I was coming. Where did they get those anti-magic chains from? You fill him Malaclips in on what happened to Erdney. What about Estrella and Kolbjorn, he asks as you begin your journey back towards the capital. Indeed, we must find more people.
So many enemies await you, and so many would stop you moving forward.
Well, I wish I had gold now. The next day you stop to rest at a small inn. There are a few other patrons as you consume a sparse meal before retiring to your room. Moments later, you hear a noise at the window. It suddenly opens, allowing a hooded stranger to slip inside. Relax your sword arm, mercenaries, the woman exclaims, boarding you away with an open hand. I seek only to deliver a message that your colleague, Kolbjorn, has been acquired by the guild. You see, she continues, leaning against the windowsill. With recent setbacks to our income potential, we've had to expand our enterprise with kidnapping and so on. And a rival tribe has an impressive bounty on your friend's head. It's all business. For only 150 gold, you can buy your friend's life back. Bring the gold to the East Market Square and someone will contact you. Otherwise, well, I can't say how he'll be treated by those barbarians, the cloaked woman says as she ducks back out of the window, vanishing into the darkness once more. Clearly, we're going to want Apollyon's help again. Because I don't think we're getting 150 gold. Esmeralda's weapon carriage is parked down an alley in the shadiest part of town. What does she have? This coward's bane. Do I want that? Not particularly. Do I want Mask of Holy Fortunes? What does that do again? Skeletons. One failure card glows red. That's actually really good. I will take it. How about we make a deal, she says. The bells on her robes tinkle as she leads you to the door, pressing the equipment into your arms. In a few moments, soldiers are going to storm through and raid my respectable establishment. You take this for free, and I run. Okay. As much as I like that weakened block, the avoid failure I feel like is probably going to be very good for us here, so. Shouts echo up the alleyway, spooking the carriage horses. Oh god. Okay, well. Oh, thank you. Esmeralda pushes you out of her carriage and into the alleyway. Well. If I recall correctly, the blacksmith here is good against Empire, so let's see what she does, I suppose. Regardless, we should be okay here. Assuming my brain allows me to function properly, which is sometimes a bit of a task. That's a hell of a hammer you're swinging there, lady. Alright, could have been slightly more intimidating, but... Steel and flesh both subscribe to the same rules. If you hit them hard enough, they do what you want. When activated, Erdney performs powerful attacks that cause high armor damage. Okay.
Time to wreck this joint.
I was watching her to watch what it looked like when she swung, if you want me to be honest. Alright, that was just bad. I'm just gonna swing wildly until people start dying, basically. Oh, she has armor. Nice. I just noticed that. No, she doesn't have armor. Someone here has armor. She's just over there swinging away. Doing not a whole lot. Now she's down. Well, effort was made on her part. Hey. Immediately gets up and hits him for 5 whole damage. You don't have a helmet anymore, clap. How did you miss the dude? He was right. Oh, you didn't miss that dude at all. Beat the crap out of him. You have a lot of health, my friend. Ow. Ow. Don't shoot guns at me, that's rude. He has so much health, holy crap, man. Also, we've not been getting shot by these dudes. It's way over there attacking me. Shot by these dudes very much, all things considered. Considering there's been, what, 4 of them this whole time? Hey, I have a hammer. Go get him. I want to point out that she's swinging an anvil around. Just in case you guys missed that. Anvils are heavy, by the way. Esmeralda whips her horse and carriage into motion. She waves at you as she escapes. Tell Melclips I said hi. Hello, whatever. You scavenge what you can from the dead. 20 gold. And a token. Hooray! Oh, the Grey Traveler's back. Let's listen to him this time. Well, do I want to? I don't know. He's so suspicious, but so is the other guy. You're camped on the side of the road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears. Martin of Iron is now playing Grand Theft Auto 5, apparently. You have glimpsed your doom, I take it? The curse is in the cards, you know. He limps from the shadows, do-do. Several unique ingredients. We need a horn of diabolic creature. Strike quickly. May escape. This is the same as before. So let's strike it. Exactly the same as before. With a mighty blow to the head, you knock the devil unconscious. Soon you removed one of the beast's horns and handed it to Theophilus, who places it in a sack made from the same dark material as his cloak. The next step is normally as difficult to achieve as obtaining a devil horn, but luck is with us again. The agent of your downfall has provided us with exactly what we need. He gestures and your skin begins to glow. To possess so many blessings is rare for a mortal. I shall add their power to the mix. Oh, he stole my blessings. Oh, we can give one. Okay. Ally's Return is sorta neat. Divine Intervention is good. Deft Eye. What does Deft Eye do? I don't care about this. You can have it. Oh, we have to give more than one. You know what? Take Ally's Return. Do I have to give all of them? Take Divine Intervention. Okay, we got to keep one. And it's the card one. This will do nicely, Theophilus says with satisfaction as he seals the urn. Never lose hope, mortal, he calls as he returns to the river. The Dark One may still lose his prize yet. I'm so suspicious that that guy is actually the one trying to kill us with the curse and we're giving him the means to do so, but I'm also suspicious of this dude who can somehow manage to help us all the time.
Wager, but our difference is that we understand the game must have rules and definitions if it is to bind.
I got a yawn. Huh. You enter a tavern one evening just as a gang of soldiers rise angrily from a table, leaving just a well-dressed civilian seated. You cheating son of a harpy, one of them yells. Gentlemen, please. I cannot help it if Lady Luck has taken to me this fine evening. Nobody is that lucky, a soldier exclaims, drawing his sword. The other soldiers advance around the table. The unarmed man suddenly leaps from his chair and ducks behind you, saying, "Mercenary, I implore you. I am a humble and honest merchant in need of your aid. Save me from this band of treacherous fiends whom I have offended merely by playing fairly a number of games of chance, and I'll pay you with gold." Well, I want gold, so like, hey, how's it going? "We warned you, stranger." Hansel runs and hides behind the bench, his money bags clinking loudly as the battle begins. It's just 5 of steel, it should be easy enough. There's a token here too. I wonder if we get the token for helping him or not helping him. Knowing my luck, it'll be not helping him, because it's the opposite of what I chose. You're gonna tell us about the hammer now? Look at that mask. There are subtle weapons, there are weapons for delicate and skilled hands, and then there's this. Fair point. I mean, I'm not throwing an anvil at people, so, you know. I wish I could riposte with this weapon, but I suppose that makes sense that I can't, so. It's just slightly bothersome. Whoa. Hey, bud. I'll just be over here. Despite her supposed capabilities against Empire people, she doesn't seem very good. Oh my god. I forgot about that. Like, her special's pretty good, but she takes so much damage. I suppose all companions are sort of like that, but hey. So yawny. Sorry about that. Having dealt with the threat of the vengeful soldiers, you turn to find lucky Hansel lying still behind the bench, a northerner warrior crouched over him. "A man who cheats has no honor," the northerner says matter-of-factly, sheathing his knife, hefting the merchant's money bags. "He will not cheat me again." Northerner moves to exit the tavern, gold in hand. Do we stop the northerner from escaping with the gold? Or do we search Hansel? Let's try to stop the northerner. Oh. Oh my god.
The pendulum is ever changing, and the challenges it presents change too.
After a brief struggle, the northerner slips from her fingers and escapes through the window. I'm mad. An Empire captain arrives with a dozen men, and after some brief questioning, soon leaves to pursue the northerner. You slip out the back before more soldiers arrive. Would I have had to deal with the soldiers if I had the money? Hey, it's this guy again. Return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon, granted an audience. You say that another friend, how fascinating. "I see you still bear the marks of battle yourself," Apollyon remarks, sending his butler for a healing potion. Thanks. Didn't really need it, but... How goes your quest? We do not have the gold. "I'd like to help if I may," Apollyon says earnestly. "Would you mind terribly indulging me in another little game?" No need to repay it, no strings attached. This guy's so suspicious. "If I win, you owe me a day's service. I have business interests in the northern hills that require some important deliveries. As you know, the land is still rife with northerner warriors, despite the Emperor's claims." So this isn't looking particularly good. We will take the help and we will duplicate the success. I think it's this one. It is not, so we will redraw. It's this one. There we go. It's a good thing we have so many things that buff this minigame. Ah, you win again. I think perhaps you are working a con on me, Apollyon laughs. Small humanoid creature brings over a chest of gold. Oh, we immediately got 150. I figured that would happen, but I hope with that gold you get your friend back in one piece. Do visit again sometime and let me know how it went. Okay.
Your allies, of course, help in times of trouble, but when the tables are turned...
You find yourself in the eastern district of the capital, approaching the markets. The Thieves' Guild would undoubtedly find you there and demand the ransom. You enter into a wide courtyard filled with stalls and milling citizens. Within moments, you are roughly drawn into a shady corner, protected from prying eyes by a variety of hanging carpets. Hello again, the cloaked woman begins brightly, her two beefy companions silently taking position on either side of you. How did we go? Are we saving any lives today? You hand over a sack of coins, which is promptly seized by one of the large men. Hope that it wasn't too much trouble to get your hands on, the woman comments as the coins are counted. Eventually the man nods to the woman and the two men leave, taking the gold. No hard feelings, eh? It's just business, the woman smiles, drawing up her cloak. Suddenly she dashes away, vanishing behind a pile of rolled up carpets. Afraid that you might have just been hoodwinked, you wander back through the crowds in time to see Coldyorn being thrown from a moving wagon. You paid them, he says, standing and brushing himself off. I owe you my life. Coldyorn relates his tale of capture and confinement by the guild. Estrella wasn't with me when I was taken. I don't know what fate has befallen her. I believe this is the final companion.
One has to wonder why a sudden wave of carelessness has overtaken your allies.
One does wonder indeed. A herald enters the marketplace and announces that Captain Estrella Fior, traitor to the Empire, has been captured. She has been sentenced to death by the Emperor himself, the herald continues. Let her fate be an example to all who would consider defying his will. It won't work, interrupts a commoner. The more executions he hands out, the more the free people will rebel. The Emperor is cracking down on the lawlessness running rampant in the city, the herald responds. And you sound like a rebel yourself. Discreet inquiries lead you to learn that Estrella is being held in a remote Empire stronghold, but nobody claims knowledge of where it is. I assume it's the card way the hell over there. Yep. How will we ever rescue Estrella if we cannot find her? Ariadne asks in anguish. Well, clearly, we must go to Lord Apollyon. Flip the card over, that kind of gives it away.
Too many do not think of what lays ahead of them. After an eternity in a timeless void, I do not have this luxury.
The stars shine bright on this cold, frosty night when you happen upon a balding man looking at the heavens through a spyglass. He rubs his hands together to keep warm. When he sees you approach, he stares over his spectacles and says, "If you have something to keep my ears warm, I'll reveal to you your future." Give him your headgear? How much headgear do I have? I do have a spare, don't I? Yeah. Have this one. It doesn't cover your ears at all, but hey. He puts the helm on and looks at the sky through the spyglass. Yes, yes, your future looks as bright as the hunter's belt. Go forth, young one, and prosper. Oh. Okay. There's a man-eating plant there, which gives us equipment, I believe. No, it gives us something for
how your headstone will look, should you manage to get eaten by an herb.
Listen here, man. It's not just an herb. So we can throw a piece of equipment. What do we have? Get rid of the harvest blade. I paid a fortune for it. So this seems a bit silly to me, but you know, let's do it. Why not? Screw it. What do we get out of this? Launch your we could just harvest the plant with the harvest blade, you know. Ha ha ha, funny joke. With a snap of his jaws, the item disappears. It's 15 max life, 10 max life. That's actually pretty good. Forgot that's what it gave me. General store, we can buy something, but I don't think we need to buy anything. We can buy the harvest blade again. God damn it. I don't think we need anything. We'll keep our money. So we have Lord Apollyon and the Grey Traveler as our destinations left. One day you come across a man wrapped in a torn grey cloak, sitting on a rock by the path through a sparse forest. "Greetings, mortal," Theophilus utters as you stop. I keep changing his voice, but you know, I don't know what he is, to be fair. The next element of your magical salvation is approaching, he begins without bothering to stand. You will meet the traveler on the outskirts of the forest. Trade with him to obtain the feather of an angel. Do not reveal what use you would have for it. I wish you luck. Theophilus sits quietly as you continue on. Not long later, you meet a dwarf, bristling with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. Let's trade, he suggests. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial transaction. As it happens, I do have an angel feather that I traded from a kobold mystic in the western provinces. Do you need it for anything in particular? The dwarf asks shrewdly. Sure, we'll take help. Actually, no, I should not have done that. Because now I won't have it for Lord Apollyon. I've made a grave mistake. This one? No. Redraw. This one. Hey! You managed to convince the dwarf that the feather is probably a fake, worth a little more than a few beads and the torn half of a map you find in your pack. The dwarf was barely out of sight when Theophilus is suddenly beside you, saying that the dwarf has never had such a valuable prize in his possession, and perhaps never will again. Welcome to the kitchen again, by the way, it's a noisy place. But now it is time for the spell to be completed. Theophilus takes the feather and adds it to the spell concoction. The vial gives a silent, bright flash, and returns to normal. At last, Theophilus cries in excitement. After all these years, I will be free. You lunge forward, reaching for the vial, but Theophilus is already opening it. I figured this was bad. Oh my god. Dude, don't...
It's an unfortunate time for your skills to leave you.
I hate everything. Theophilus slips from your grasp, fading away. I'm so mad. Fading away like a shadow in the morning sun, the vial still in his hands. Thank you, mortal. For you have given me the key to escaping my doom. Spare yourself the same fate. Do not think you have outwit the Lord of Darkness. Refuse to play his game. He said refuse to play his game. Curious. You attempt to call after Theophilus to reason with him, but he's already gone. I'm so mad at myself and everything else. I told you it's noisy here, man. I don't know what goes on around here most of the time. Just suddenly things have to occur. We return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. Blah, blah, blah. Ask for help. No trivial thing you wish to gamble for this game, Apollyon says, looking concerned. Even I cannot sway the Emperor's decision on your friend. Perhaps if you win, then I could give you the means to rescue your friend, Apollyon concedes. But if I were to make such a gamble, then you must risk something equally significant. Apollyon leans forward, fixing you with his gaze. If I win, you must serve me until I release you, or until I die, of course. Apollyon smiles softly at the suggestion. He said refuse to play his game, which makes me suspicious even more of this guy. What if I decline? But then there's no way I can help Estrella, right? Is finding all 4 companions the gold token, or is that just silver? Is catching the potion the gold token? I'm so mad I missed that. That was the easiest one in the world and I missed it. Just kill me. I'm gonna decline and see what happens, because I've already screwed up the other part of this. Apollyon sighs. It would have been a fine game. Perhaps you will reconsider when you realize the futility of your quest without my help. So there's nothing we can do here. We have to take the card game. Ask for help, do. Accept. Apollyon smiles wickedly and deals the cards. That's exactly what I figured was going to happen here. This is a guaranteed failure. There's no reason for Aridney to help, so. Oh no, what do we do? And now you're mine, Apollyon says, standing. He gestures for you to rise and you feel unnaturally compelled to do so. Follow me, hero, and we shall see what mischief we can put your talents to now. Pauline leads you through a door etched in strange symbols and down a long, long set of stairs into darkness. Your old life and the fate of the Empire is left behind forever. So we just fail. Alright. So we need that potion in order to succeed this at all. That's unfortunate. Figured as much, but I'm so mad at myself for missing that because that was the easiest thing. So we get Imperial Helm. We get Merchant's Favor.
The impossible seems out of your grasp, at least for now.
Well, that's unfortunate. We'll just have to retry it next time. We'll go through it much faster next time because we've already seen all the dialogue, so it won't be much of a video, but I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Sorry for my complete ineptitude, apparently.